Ladies and gentlemen, would you please direct your attention to the easterly walkway while the Littleton Police Department Honor Guard brings forth the colors of the United States of America and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Now would you please direct your attention to the flagpole towards the east. Remove your hats, if appropriate. Join the Littleton High School Band in the National Anthem and the Littleton Honor Guard in the raising of our flag. Kindly take your seat. As a point of interest, the flagpole that serves our American flag and the accompanying granite marker has been donated to the town of Littleton by Virginia Sprong and dedicated to her husband, Lieutenant Colonel Harry Sprong, retired, with a commemorative plaque that reads as follows. In memory of Lieutenant Colonel Harry Sprong, retired, presented by his wife Virginia, a resident of Littleton, the town he loved, 1950 to 2006. Member of the Finance Committee, member and chair of the Board of Appeals, 1952 to 1975. Thank you to Mrs. Sprong for all she has done for the community of Littleton and its police department. I would also like you to take note throughout the day the beautiful park benches that have been donated by the Kay family. You will note the plaques on the benches which read, in honor of all the noble men and women who serve in law enforcement for the citizens of Littleton. Their selfless work has provided a safe and friendly environment to the community and its way of life. Given in memory of Charles Forbes Kay, J.D., a public servant in the town for more than 40 years, by his children and grandchildren, December 2009. As many of you know, Mr. Kay was the Littleton Town Moderator for many years, and I was fortunate enough to be one of his students. He shared a special relationship with the Littleton Police Department, and we remember him with fondness and profound respect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I would first like you to join me in a moment of silence for the 4 police officers in the state of Washington that were recently murdered and the men and women of our armed forces. Thank you. My lovely wife. My mom. Mr. King. Members of the Board of Selectmen, my fellow officers and co-workers, former officers of the Littleton Police Department, children, family, friends, town employees, fellow citizens, and the taxpayers. Welcome to the dedication ceremony for the town of Littleton Police Headquarters. My name's John Kelly, and it's a sincere pleasure to be your police chief. And I welcome you all here on this fine day. Thank you for taking the opportunity to stop and join us. Please wave on your way out. At this time, I would like to invite the chairman of the Permanent Municipal Building Committee, Mr. Joseph Calentro, to the podium. The PMBC is the committee that was charged with the oversight of the construction of this fine facility, and Mr. Calentro and the project liaison from the committee, Jeff Feehan, were instrumental in the project's success. Mr. Calentro.
Thank you, Chief. I can't let this comment pass that he either refers to me as Joseph or Mr. Calentro, and I asked him why. He says I'm old.
That's yours, that's all. I'm not.
Yeah. Distinguished guests, most important citizens of Littleton, who made this possible. This project was scheduled for a 14-month completion. Thanks to hard work by a lot of people, we were able to complete the building 3 months ahead of schedule and will be under budget as voted by the town last May. Many people were involved in making this project happen. At the risk of forgetting someone, I wish to acknowledge these people since you don't see them ordinarily. The architect, Greg and Ed Corral of the Corral Group, PMA Construction Services, Kevin Nigro, who was our owner's project manager, Jeff Costa, who was the clerk of the works, the general contractor, G&R Construction, represented by Dennis Morrell and Dan Alwright, the members of the PMBC, and particularly, the Chief's already mentioned this, Jeff Feehan, who acted as the co-project manager, and last but not least, Kevin Goddard, our PMBC construction administrator, who handled all the paperwork. Also, it's a long list, but I won't be long. Littleton Light and Water and Electricity, and by the way, we're very, very lucky to have in this town people you can call upon and get things done in an hour or two. If you need electricity, when we first started, if you went to the electric company, it wasn't our own electric company, we'd have to wait 2 or 3 months. You call up service and it gets done in a day. The Highway Department, Jim Clyde, who was there when we needed him. The Planning Board, the Board of Health, the Conservation Commission, and the Building Department, particularly Roland Bernier, and the Plumbing and Electrical Inspectors. Again, whenever we needed them to move on the project, they came and responded quickly. The Fire Department, Chief Carter and Stephen Kirk. Town Accountant, Bonnie Holmstrom. Town Clerk, Diane Corey. Town Administrator, Keith Bergman. And we can't forget our bosses, the Board of Selectmen. And last but not least, I just added this afternoon, this morning, I was thinking of it. Many of you don't know, but our town council, Tom Harrington and his associate, Jenny Morrell, were very, very helpful to us. There are lots of contracts you have to do, and they were there to review them for us. Chief Kelly and Lieutenant King and other members of the police department, we really support their efforts to get this thing done and to help us. In projects such as this, which requires over $1 million of furniture, fixtures, and equipment, we would normally have hired a consultant to undertake the task. Lieutenant Matt King undertook this project, spending many, many hours of his own obtaining quotes, etc., and forwarding them to Kevin Goddard, who issued POs or contracts and processed the POs. Thanks to both of them. In closing, the town of Littleton can be proud of the state-of-the-art police station you're about to see.
Thank you, Joseph. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Mr. Alex McCurdy. As the former fire chief for the town of Littleton and now the chair of the town's administrative body, Alex was a true champion of this project and was intimately aware of the need for this new facility. Mr. McCurdy.
Thank you, John. Now we don't know what that means. I will tell you that I'm here without a heavy overcoat. That'll give you an idea of how long I'm going to be speaking to you this afternoon. I want to thank John and the Permanent Municipal Building Committee for their work that's gone on. But also, there are former selectmen here who had the vision 10 years ago to try to do this project. And as we are today, we were then facing difficult financial times, and we finally got to it. It is fourth down, and we went for it, and we got it. And here it is. There's some things that happened throughout this project that I want to make note of. First off, the community supported this project at a time when it would have been easy to do something else, to say, let's wait one more time. They stood behind it, overwhelmingly. They stood behind it. They recognized the needs. One of the reasons they did that is that we have a community police force that the townspeople enjoy and like. And although some of them probably don't wave the appropriate waves, many of them do. So I would like to thank the police department for your efforts. You're one of the reasons you were able to get this building. Thank you. Members of the Municipal Building Committee, I don't know how many of you are here, but would you please stand and be recognized? You too, Joseph. Former members of the Board of Selectmen are here, and then they are the ones that got this ball rolling with you. I would like to recognize them as well. I guess my final remark is that the Municipal Building Committee worked on this project. They are a volunteer organization, and they are, like so many of the things that get done in this town, are a bunch of people who are dedicated to the good and welfare of Littleton. And they worked diligently on this project. It was not their full-time job, although you would have thought so. And they came up and they did this project, and they managed other projects at the same time, and they do so cheerfully. But of note is that in this particular project, they have come in on time, actually ahead of time, and under budget. And how often in a municipal project do you hear about? They are about $200,000 under budget at the time of the completion of this project. Thank you very much. Everyone enjoy your afternoon here. I hope you don't come here for other circumstances at another time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. McCurdy. So please allow me to first thank a number of groups and individuals that have been so instrumental in bringing this day to reality. You will recall this process began in 1997, so it could take a while. When your group is recognized, I would appreciate if you would make yourself known and take a well-deserved bow. I apologize if this has already been said, but I've waited 10 years to say this, so I'm saying it. The first group can ignore the instruction to take a bow. The men and women of the Littleton Police Department that have waited for this day so patiently. This building will be yours for many years, far beyond the life of us all. And she will serve us well. We move forward in our service to our community with a renewed sense of pride and commitment. I don't know if you're doing that to keep warm or to recognize. Members of the Littleton Board of Selectmen that have served from 1997 to the present, we thank you for the enormous amount of support that you have shown us throughout the years. Your recognition of the need for this facility and the manner in which you presented it to our citizens has brought us a great point of pride, or to this great point. The members of the PMBC, whose names are on the dedication plaque in the front lobby of their building. The expertise that have been brought to this construction process was and is amazing. You have spent countless hours on this project as volunteers to your town. Please know that I and the Littleton Police Department and the citizens we serve will be forever grateful for what you have done for us. Words cannot express our gratitude. Littleton Finance Committee and the shell game they played. I'm just kidding. Just
We confess.
open government. The financial management team of Town Administrator Keith Bergman, Assistant Town Administrator Bonnie Holston, Treasurer Steve Venuti, and Assistant Treasurer Ann Espen. Without your fiscal expertise and management, we would not be here today. Our architectural firm, the Carell Group, specifically Greg Carell and his great wife, Meg. You have committed many hours to this project over the last 9 years, and over that time we have developed a great working relationship and friendship. Thank you for your commitment to a quality process and the fine product that we celebrate today. The taxpayers, the trust you have placed in us through your approval of this building is a great source of pride. We understand the responsibility we have to you on a daily basis, and it is our sincere hope that you feel our relationship is reciprocal. Lastly, Lieutenant Matthew King. You have spent endless hours on this project over the last number of years, and its success is in large part due to your commitment to it. The wide range of knowledge that you brought to this construction process has been invaluable, as has your relentless persuasion of vendors to lower their prices. And now it gives me great pleasure to recognize two individuals with specific dedications of rooms within the Littleton Police Department. First, the Shirley J. Crone Emergency 911 Call Center. When you enter the main lobby of this building, you will be facing Shirley's room, which is our communications center and now bears her name. Dispatch Supervisor Shirley Crone served our police department and community from 1967 to 1995. During that time, Shirley worked as a crossing guard, emergency dispatcher, and was eventually promoted as the first communications supervisor for the Littleton Police Department, where she managed the control center. Shirley was instrumental in professionalizing the dispatch operations within LPD through the development of training manuals, policies, and procedures, and the implementation of new technology, taking us from the teletype machine and into the computer age. Shirley was also for many years considered the mother of the department and was fondly called Ma Crow. She taught many of us what it took to properly serve our new community when we came here. It is now my pleasure to introduce Shirley's daughter, Karen, who would like to say a few words about her mom.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm Shirley's daughter. I'm here today with several members of my family to partake in the opening of the new Littleton Police Department. We want to thank Chief Kelly and the rest of the department for dedicating the new 911 dispatch center to my mom in memory. We are quite surprised and pleased to find out that the department had decided to honor her in this way. Shirley was born and raised in Lynn, Mass. She was a child of those times during the pre-war years of big movie theaters and roller skating palaces. She met her husband-to-be, Dusty Crone and Lynn, and they married and moved out to a very small town of Littleton in 1959. She got a job as a school crossing guard and soon became a fixture at the Common, helping kids cross King Street in the area of the Monarch Diner where the Shell station now stands. She was often seen in her uniform, complete with knee-high go-go boots, and she knew most of the children by name. She occasionally got love letters, usually by the little boys at the end of the school year. She would receive an occasional free coffee from some of the truck drivers that would stop for breakfast at the diner. They thought she was pretty cute in the boots. Her next job with the town was the emergency service dispatcher at the old town hall building on Foster Street, where the town hall, fire station, and police station all coexisted in one building. Shirley was a dispatcher not only for Littleton, but also the Boxborough Police and the fire as well. Then in 1980, the new police department was built in the same place on Foster Street. When Mom first moved into the new station, I remember her saying, "It was so big, we will never fill that building." There she learned new technologies, new computer systems, and eventually became the supervisor of dispatchers. Over the years, she helped hundreds of townspeople in various states of distress, all in a day's work. In January 1997, my mom, with a heavy heart, decided to put in for early retirement. After 38 years working for the town, she was having some problems with her health and decided it was time for a change. I remember she said to me that she was worried that the retirement board might think she was too healthy for an early retirement. That was on Wednesday, and by Friday she was gone. On that bitter cold January day, the very people that she worked with for so many years had responded to her last 911 call, and we all had to say goodbye. Whenever we lose a loved one, we become very sad as we set about the process of dealing with our loss and the continuation of our own lives. This certainly was the case with Mom. However, during these difficult times, somehow a little humor always manages to enter the picture. I'm hoping for all the police officers in this room, this will be appreciated, the humor in this story. In the weeks following my mom's death, I would occasionally call my mom's home phone number. I'm not exactly sure why. I knew she would not answer, but I did it anyway. Perhaps I just wanted to experience some comfort in calling my mother, only to hear a recorded voice saying, "Sorry, this number is no longer in service." I would call every other day, maybe every couple of days, with the same result each and every time. Imagine my surprise finally one Saturday morning when I called Mom, and once again a real person answered the phone saying, "Hello, Dunkin' Donuts Shell. Thanks again for all being here today."
Your mom was quite a lady. The second dedication, the Chief Thomas W. O'Day Community Room. The large community emergency operations room within this facility has been dedicated to former police chief Thomas W. O'Day and is commemorated by a plaque that reads as follows: Chief Thomas W. O'Day Community Room, dedicated by the men and women of the Littleton Police Department and the citizens they serve in recognition of his many years of quality service to our community. Chief O'Day served the community as a member of the Littleton Police Department from 1972 to 1998 when he retired. During that time, he occupied the position of part-time dispatcher, patrolman, sergeant, lieutenant, and chief of police. He was the chief for 16 years. Chief O'Day was instrumental in bringing the Littleton Police Department from the dark ages of pen and pencil to the era of computers. Littleton was one of the first towns in the Commonwealth to deploy computers in cruisers because of his foresight. In addition, Chief O'Day advocated for training and education within the department and its members, which greatly increased the professionalism of the organization. Chief O'Day also served the community as a member of the Board of Health and as a vocal member of the Littleton Board of Selectmen prior to his retirement to Florida. Although Chief O'Day could not be here today, he has honored me with the opportunity to read a letter he has provided. I won't even try to do it in his New York accent. Although he does write, John, please deliver this in a baritone voice with a definite New York accent. Thanks for everything, Tom. Dear John, the following is my acceptance of your kind recognition of my service to the town of Littleton. Greetings to the attendees on this auspicious occasion, a long time in coming, but so much needed. First, let me thank Chief Kelly for nominating me for this recognition of service to the town of Littleton and agreeing to stand in for me at the dedication of the new station. Secondly, I wish to thank the members of the board who approved the chief's recommendation. My congratulations to the various town boards for their persistence in seeing this project through to the end. I realize there were many bumps in the road, especially with the economic situation over the past few years. This was a much-needed project that will be appreciated by all members of the department, present and future. To the members of the Littleton Police Department, good luck and use your new home to its fullest potential. I feel privileged and proud to have been a member of the Littleton Police Department and employee of the town of Littleton for so many years. I can look back at my time in Littleton and truly say I enjoyed the work. I particularly enjoyed serving the people of Littleton as a member of the department, the Board of Health, and the Board of Selectmen. Some of my most vivid memories, especially as chief, were the many meetings with the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee concerning the budgets for the upcoming fiscal year. 17 years of those meetings. They are deeply etched in my mind, especially early in my years as chief when my beloved friend Mike Knupp, Finance Committee member, and I would have lively discussions concerning various line items. I have many other fond memories of my time in Littleton, a place which I am proud to call my hometown. Your recognition of my service is deeply appreciated by my wife and family, as much as it is by me, but I must say, it was as much a labor of love as it was a career and a job. I wish you all Godspeed and good fortune in the future. My sincere appreciation for your kindness to my family and I. Sincerely, Thomas W. O'Day, Jr., Chief of Police, retired, Littleton Police Department. Now I'm happy to say, as Helen Hand rubs her hands together, our final formal act for the day is the ribbon cutting. Sergeant Hollingworth was my sergeant when I came here in 1984 as a police officer and is one of our elder statesmen. I'd also like to invite the children of the officers of the Littleton Police Department to come up, if you would, and stand right in front of this ribbon. Don't be shy now, old Donahue. This represents our past and our future. Obviously, the many successes the Littleton Police Department has experienced in the past, and the many successes that will come in the years to come. Sergeant Hollingworth, if you do the honors, I'd appreciate it. We dedicate this building to the community of Littleton and her loyal police department. May she serve as a symbol of strength and security for generations to come for the town of Littleton. Thank you very much, Sergeant Hollingworth. Kids, ladies and gentlemen, if you take your time and file into the building, go to the room to the left, the Thomas W. O'Day Community Room. There's snacks in there. That'll allow the department members to get into their assignments, and then you can roam around your building. Thank you very much for coming.